નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. Adarsh Education Society welcomes you all here.
Dear student friends, we'll move ahead with lesson number 3 after 20 years for the shortcuts. What I will do over here, simply I will explain to you the summary, the thing, nothing else. We have completed this chapter. But if what I have written here, if you will write in the same sequence, in the same way in your notebook, perhaps entire story is over with you. Entire story will be there in your mind. Or if you listen this lecture with the reference of your notebook, what I have written over here, the same thing if you will write there. Perhaps nothing is required for you to go ahead in this story. You will be able to write all the question and answer, and you will have the summary of this story in your mind in a right way. After 20 years, this is written by O. Henry. Basically, एक वास्तविकता कही दूँ. O. Henry basically is a criminal fellow. O. Henry पोते જ criminal હતો. He is well versed and well known so far as short story is concerned in English literature. હવે એની સ્ટોરી હોય ને એની અંદર ક્યાંક ક્રાઇમ હોય જ. Why is it so? Because whenever he will be there inside the jail, he was used to meet other criminals, and he will come to know the fact of criminals, and ultimately he will get a new plot construction to write a new short story, and that is the secret of his success in his entire life. After 20 years, he is also having a criminal background. And with this criminal background, what he wanted to convey, what he wanted to say, that is also reflected here. And so that the title is not after 20 years. This is the title of the story after 20 years. Our title of our lesson is Friendship and Duty. You are having two facets in front of you. Out of these two facets, if you are having friendship, if you are having duty, what will you prefer first? What will you prefer last? Friendship means total loyalty. A friend in need, if she comes, okay. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Pocket is not empty. Friends are plenty. Pocket is empty. Friends are blank. In that blank, if he, she comes, then real one. Otherwise, pocket friends. You got the idea what I want to say? Two characters are there. First one is Bob. Second one is Jimmy. Bob is of 18 years. Jimmy, his real name is Jimmy Wells. He is of 20 years. It means 2 years difference is there between Bob and Jimmy. Once upon a time, they both met together at a place. What is the name of that place? That place is Joe Brady. Big Joe Brady's. What is this? Basically, this is a restaurant. And just before 20 years ago, and this lesson is 20 years ago, and that lesson, this lesson is the matter of 20 years after. What is after 20 years? What is after 20 years and what is before 20 years, after and before? What was the condition ago 20 years and what is the condition after 20 years? That is the story of this lesson after 20 years. They dined together, ate together, sit together, sat together at a place, Big Joe's Brady. That was a restaurant. There they sat together and decided. What they decided, that is the title. 20 years. After 20 years, not down this date, not down this time. After 20 years, we will meet at this place. This is the commitment. This is the resolution of both the friends. They were good friends. એવી શું જરૂરિયાત છે? કાલે ના મળીએ? કાલે મળશું આપણે યાર. No. Today is the last day for Bob. Bob is going to start his life towards the west. To make his fortune, for fortune he is about to leave the place where they were used to sit together, where they were used to play together, where they were used to share together. So that Bob and Jimmy both are going to depart. And this departure is the right moment to keep in mind. Why? Both were unemployed. And time is 20 years. After 20 years, they would have made their fortune. They would have made their future. The condition is a little bit tough at present because both were unemployed. But one thing is there, both were good friends. He was of 18, he was of 20. Time is given. When they departed before ago 20 years, at the time the time was 10 o'clock at night, from the restaurant. Place, that's restaurant. Now, go for the setting. Setting is winter season. Now, from where the story starts, that is the winter season. And winter season is equal to just like a curfew in foreign countries. Because that would be so severe. Because that would be full of snowfall. And in this condition, they would not be able to be on the road. Right now we are having street lights on highways. We are used to how highway lights, halogen lights. That was not the time. If light is there, it's a boon for you. In your textbook, one picture is given. That picture is what? Bob is leaning in this condition towards a shop. And that is the time when a policeman approaches him. Because this was the duty of a policeman. He has to move here and there for patrolling. You observe, one fellow is standing over there. So that the police approached him. ચોર નથી ને, કોકની દુકાન પાસે ઊભો છે. May be possible. And Bob understood why the policeman approached him. because he was alone there in a leaning condition at a shop. Time is night, severe cold is there, no one is there on the road, so that he has to clarify why he is here. Why he is here at night near about 10 o'clock. 20 minutes and 30 minutes time is there for 10 o'clock. 20 minutes to 10 o'clock. 30 minutes to 10 o'clock. 9:30, 9:40 time is there. In this condition, Bob explained his condition himself without asking to the policeman. Actually, you will feel why am I here? I'll tell it to you. It is a little bit surprising, but I will explain it to you why I'm here. Actually, then afterwards he started the story. Just before 20 years ago, Bob, and my friend Jimmy Wells, just before 20 years ago, sat together, ate together, and decided to meet after 20 years. After 20 years, at the same place, at the same time, I'm having time to wait for him. Actually, at that time, there was a big Joe Brady's restaurant. Then policeman added, yeah, just before 5 years also it was. Since last 5 years only it is not there. Otherwise, just before 5 years, it was there. Yeah. Right now it is not there. He added, if this restaurant would be at the same plate, we would have been ready to dine today even, if my friend Jimmy Wells comes to meet me. In this way, Bob explained his reason to be there at night in front of police, so that police will not doubt on him. Up to this extent, we will keep. Then afterwards, what happened? That we will come to know little later. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for joining us.